Hello there. I am glad to see that you guys follow the script. Well, follow the script, follow the title, I suppose would be more appropriate, wouldn't it? But, hello there. Right. Let me just make sure we're all good. Is the music too loud? Is it okay? Righty. Okay, I think we sound good. Just let me know if the music is too loud. I think it sounds, from what I'm gathering by the levels, it seems okay. Just let me know if it's too loud. Sounds good. Good. That's what we like to hear, ladies and gentlemen. Sound good? Perfect. Alright, well, hello. It's the Hawaiian polar bear, bruh. Hawaiian polar bear. Isn't that, I feel like that's, if I recall, isn't that a reference to when I played Fall Guys like years ago and I actually dressed my character up as a Hawaiian polar bear? That's what I seem to remember that. Gosh, Fall Guys. Remember when I played Fall Guys? Yeah, it's been a hot minute. But hello to everyone. I will say hello to everyone. Hello Silver, hello Martin, hello Isaac, and hello to everyone else who is lurking and chilling. I appreciate you all coming in here, and especially at a much later stream than usual. I am doing this an hour later than I usually would. Blimey. Yeah, really, today's stream is just really, as I said, it's just gonna be a rambly one because I didn't really have much of a plan this week. Because I mean, for one, I've got nothing to build, so there's no point in trying to bust anything out just to build, for no reason. So I didn't really bother with that one per se. And game-wise, I'm kind of saving some of the games I've got at the moment, so we'll have to wait and see on that for now, but I am rambling. This is the first time I've done one of these streams, I think, since it sounds weird for me to say, since I debuted this channel, since I debuted streaming on this channel, so ramble, here we go. And it was a reference, nice! I'm glad that I remember my own references and my own my own stuff that happens in my streams. That's funny. But I have to admit, what's really quite interesting actually is that the chat wasn't usually as good at popping up on screen compared to the actual, because I've got the YouTube chat open up in a separate tab, right? Because that's usually the most accurate in terms of timing, or at least maybe not accurate. Accurate might be the wrong word, but maybe just more kind of, I suppose accurate is actually the right word, really. And in terms of time, there isn't much of a delay, if you will. But there isn't much of a delay actually in terms of when when you guys speak on the actual chat, and then it actually popping up on screen. So Stream Elements is doing some good stuff. Thank you, Stream Elements, for being very useful for once. Well, not necessarily. But, yeah. Really, it's, rambly. And it's always really bad, because I always plan out, say, oh, I'm going to do a ramble stream. And do I have anything to talk about? No! Because I am, ladies and gentlemen, a professional. Would you guys believe that I've been doing this streaming stuff for basically 2.5 years? Would you have thought that? I don't think many people would think that. It's actually kind of crazy when I think about it. Wait, was it 2013? No, I think it wasn't even 2013. It was actually 2022 that I started. Was it? Yeah, I think it was 2022. You know what? That's got me very curious now. I need to have a look at this. I'm pretty certain it was 2022 because I remember the reason I started streaming was because of another creator. Another creator, Miss Peach Guizin. I can't even remember how you pronounce the last part of her name, but a storytime anime called Peach. She was the main reason why I wanted to give streaming a go, and you know what? I love it. I very much enjoy the streaming. Oldest. What was my oldest? 3 years. Yes. 3 years. So not 2.5. It's actually been 3 years. Holy moly, that is insane. That's crazy, actually. Damn. I've been doing the streaming stuff for 3 years, guys. I can't believe you guys have been watching me for that long. Well, some of you haven't been watching me for that long, but you know. You get my point. You will get my point. Ooh. Right. So, actually, there is something I can ramble. I can ramble about one thing, and that is that the Lego website is crap. Lego. I wanted to check some price of something on the Lego website. Ironically, actually, a Jurassic World Lego set that I liked the look of. I wanted to see the price of what the actual retail price of it was, because I found it on Amazon for about 20% off. And yeah, I couldn't sign into my user. It was just, has anyone ever had this problem with any website trying to sign into something, where when you try to sign in, you sign in with all the right users, the right password, but then it just refreshes the page back to the login page like nothing happened? Has that ever been a problem for anyone? Not necessarily on the Lego website, but just on anything. Because that happened to me about 5 times yesterday, and I just couldn't get in. And now when I went onto the Lego website today, well, actually, I say today, probably about 15 minutes ago, I'm then logged in, and I'm just like, what the hell? What the hell is going on? Kind of thing, you know? What the hell? And that's why I say, not necessarily just a Lego account, but like any kind of, like trying to sign into anything. Because it was just weird. It just the way that it just kept refreshing. Yeah, it was a bit odd. It was just kind of like, what is going on? Usually, sometimes, but not really. But not really. Ah, okay. Maybe it's just my browser. I really need to stop using. Actually, here's a question for you guys before I expose myself before I expose myself out there. But what web browser do you guys use? Just curiosity. I'm curious to see which ones you use, because then I will reveal mine. I reveal what I use, and I feel like people are going to judge me, because I can tell you for one thing, Paz judges me immensely for the web browser that the main web browser I use. So I'm just curious, what web browsers do you guys actually use? Because I imagine a lot of people probably use Google Chrome, because that seems to be a somewhat standard. Websites in general, I had that yesterday. As it turns out, I was logging into the wrong website. Oh well, yeah, that would definitely do it. That would definitely do it. That would definitely be a problem. Safari/Google. Ah, okay, Safari. Yeah. Opera and Chrome. Okay, yeah, Chrome. Opera and Chrome. That's the Opera one is one I see quite a lot of, actually. I believe actually one of the Storytime animes that I watched actually he got sponsored by, I think, Opera. Opera. I haven't pronounced that right. It is Opera. It is Opera. Opera. Hello, Nugget. Welcome. Hello there. I asked this question to you as you have just joined in. What web browser do you use? Because I'm curious to see what people use before I go and expose myself. before I go and expose myself. So usually Chrome. Okay, so typically it's like Google Chrome, Googly Chrome kind of thing. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so what I use, and it's really only because I've got a lot of stuff kind of saved on the browser now that I don't really want to kind of reset it. Yeah, the browser that I use, the browser that I use mainly, I do use Chrome, but the one that I mainly use is Firefox. Feel free to judge me and throw tomatoes at me and whatnot. But yes, I don't really know why I use Firefox, to be completely honest, because Firefox is honestly shit. It's not a great browser. It's not great. The only good thing I guess about the web browser is that the Firefox one is that you can actually download the ad blockers onto it. But that's it really. That's the only bonus. That's the only bonus to it, to be completely honest. But not bad. It's not bad, but a lot of people. It's like, I mean, I got really judged for using Firefox, but because I think because I've used it for so long, it's just kind of I've not really thought about to use anything else really. I mean, I do use Chrome. I do use Chrome every now and then because. Come on, let's walk out back. Is it really that bad? I've used Firefox, so Chrome just becomes inconvenient for me. Yeah, no, it's fair. No, it's fair. As I said, really the main reason that I use it is for the ad blockers, because you can't, as far as I'm aware with Chrome, you can't really download ad blockers, at least a decent one anyway. At least not one that's going to flood my laptop with viruses. Anyway, but yeah, no, it's just one of those. It's just one of those things because I've just used it for so long. I just never really thought about using anything else, even though Chrome. It's so it's so funny how pathetic YouTube is with all the ad. I mean, I guess at the end of the ad blockers has probably lose them a lot of stuff. But yeah, but also at the same time, YouTube. should I really be saying this when I'm on the YouTube thing? Probably not. But YouTube. The problem is, like, I don't mind the YouTube adverts, but what gets on my nerve is when you're trying to just watch a 15-second video, 15 seconds, and then they'll play a 10-second advert that you can't skip, and I'm just like, why? That is the reason why people use ad blocks. It's not because of all the ads. Well, I mean, to be fair, having up 4 adverts play on like a 20-minute video isn't exactly great either. Let's be real. I have you mentioned that now, mine, but I have actually contemplated about getting premium, but I don't actually know how much it is. That's the thing with it. Although I suppose what if I get I wonder if I can get a free trial of it. Maybe I'll look into it. It depends how much it is really. But it was just adverts being put on YouTube was probably the worst thing that Google ever did, because it's just mind-boggling. It is honestly absolutely mind-boggling how they decide to put adverts on. I think my thing, and feel free to agree to disagree, but with YouTube adverts, you should always, and I mean always, have the option. If I tell you, then you won't do it. Is it that? But no, Martin, tell me. You've got to tell me now. Come on, you got to tell me. Come on, tell me. Because if you don't, I'll just Google it. So it is what it is. But my thing with YouTube adverts, I wouldn't mind them, but if you had the option to skip them every time, I don't want to. Because if you're interested in an advert, you will watch it. Like the first 6 seconds, like if you're genuinely curious about it, you will watch it naturally. Duh. That's usually how it works. But if you're just not interested, you should have the option to skip. Because the adverts are still playing, you're just skipping. You're just skipping them at the end of the day. That's my humble opinion. I think that's what should be the norm with these adverts, because I don't know. 13 quid? You're joking. And that's a month. Is that a month or a year? Because if that's 13 quid, a month, then fuck that. I'm gonna drop one of my. I think I should really put. I think one thing I want to do with my streams now is I'm gonna put like an F-bomb counter. I get free F-bombs every stream, and that's it. And if I go over, I have to. I don't know. I then have to start putting it in a swear jar. Although, to be fair, I could actually get a swear jar. That could be quite funny. That could be quite funny, getting a swear jar. I don't really swear that much though, so I don't know if it would really be worth it in that degree. To that degree, so I'm not so sure. Any membership a month? Oh no, I'm not doing that. Screw that. Screw that. I'm not paying them. I'm not paying them that much because that's like top of my head. That's 150. That's 156 quid a year. Like hell no way. I'm not giving them that amount of money just to skip adverts. Hell to the no. I'm not doing that. That sounds freaking horrible. Told you. Yeah. I know, but it's just like, I'm not doing that. Come on, dude. That's ridiculous. Okay. Sorry, yeah, no, I need to. One thing I need to do during these challenge streams is just to put my phone away. Because whenever something pops up, I just kind of like, I look at it, it's like, ooh. Interesting this is. God, that's crazy. Google will literally try any way to get money off you, and it's just insane. Absolutely insane. But as I said, I've got no real. I mean, I don't really. Do you? I think you get a lot more stuff with YouTube Premium, but like, I'll have to see what else you get. Because the thing is, as well, is I think I've mentioned this before in the past, but this like subscription based stuff because everyone does it now, and it's infuriating. It's absolutely infuriating having to pay out so much. Like you get the paycheck, and then you gotta. Yeah, that's literally me. That's literally me. Either like quite literally, it's like ooh. Subscription based stuff is just so annoying. It's because I mean, especially with like softwares and things like that. Thankfully, a lot of the softwares there's only one software that I pay a subscription based to, and that's Adobe After Effects. Other than that, I don't. All the other stuff that I use for like editing, animating, and whatnot, it's software that I bought, and it's a one done deal. It's one done, boom, buy it, got it forever kind of thing. So, like subscription-based stuff is it's just I find it. I would even go as far as to say it's a scam. Because to be completely honest, Adobe is terrible. Like no matter what people say, Adobe is a terrible company. With how they sort their stuff, it's just terrible, very bad. Would not recommend. If you can look for alternatives for what you would use for like those softwares and whatnot, you also get what you have, and what you have too with so many things need subscriptions. Exactly, yeah, and that's how the companies get you. I'm gonna go on a rant with this one, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, strap in, get your pop. Grab a snack, get cozy. We're gonna go on a rant with this one, ladies and gentlemen. So one thing that also is a pet peeve with me: free trials. Free trials are great, but when they tell you that you have to enter your details, no, because funny enough, it's a free trial. It shouldn't. Why do I have to put my details in if it's a free trial? It's just like no. Because you know exactly what they're doing. They're trying to catch you out. So then you pay them. You then get the notification, put the money on. You then they get like the money that you obviously missed, that you obviously forget to cancel, and it's just like that's so annoying. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. So when everything now, I think, to be honest, I think most stuff with free trials, they always ask you to put your card details in. I'm just kind of like, nope, absolutely not. You can go and F yourself. Please, Mr. Company. It's just kind of like a free trial, you should not have to give your details in, because funny enough, a free trial is a free trial, so it shouldn't freaking matter about the details. An email, yes, of course, naturally. You gotta have an email, so then you can stop getting all the free trials. That's just common sense. But you should not have to enter your payment details for a free trial. You just shouldn't. It's just no. There's no reason why. And I think, to be honest, I think that's, as I said, is a scam, to be completely honest. Humble opinion. That's my humble opinion on that little rant. Puts tape on them, bruh. This is a rambling stream. You can't just silence the rambler. That's not how this works. That's not how this works at all. But yeah, that's one thing I just don't like about these subscription-based stuff. It's the free trial stuff is just a load of bollocks. It's a load of bollocks. It's just a way for them to get easy money, and I hate them. I hate them for it. I always keep forgetting, but yesterday when I decided to go through my bins in my attic, the Fed Legos, I found a Commando droid in a 2013 Clone Sergeant without a helmet. Oh, that's pretty cool. 2013 Clone Sergeant. Is that the Phase 1 one with like the green markings? I feel like that's what it is, but I don't know. That's the only one I can think of. For the Clone Sergeant anyway. Ooh. Well, that's a pretty good find. Very, very nice. So yeah, that's my rambles on on them subscription-based stuff. I hate them. I hate them, and I despise the companies who started them, because everyone does it now, and I hate them, and I hate it. I hate it. I try to think of like how many subscription-based stuff I've got. I mean, I've actually, hang on, let me do a mental count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. I have 4. On the top of my head, I have got 4 subscription-based stuff that I'm basically, one's every month, and the others are yearly. So the yearly ones aren't too bad. The yearly ones aren't too bad. It's the monthly ones that are a pain in the ass. But funny, guess what the monthly one's for? Adobe. The body of the Commando droid is broken, so I'm a little sad about that. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's a bit unfortunate. I mean, the brown, if it's the older Commando droids, like the brown, well, more accurate Commando droids, then that's not so bad, because I don't think they're actually that expensive. If I'm thinking correctly, because I know that the Commando droids in the new MCT, I think they're quite a lot of money. I think I've seen them on Bricklink going for like a $5. Well, granted, I can have a double check to see if that's changed at any point. It's very interesting because all the price of stuff for the new sets, especially the minifigures, they are crazy amount. I keep seeing prices for those the Galactic Marines that come in the turbo tank. I'm seeing them go for £30 a piece. Like literally no less than 30. What? Oh, Bricklink is undergoing maintenance, so I can't actually have a look. Oh well. So I can't do that one. I can't have a look at that, but I can. Commando droid. Let's check Google. Oh wow, yep. The light grey ones are, yeah, they're basically going for roughly a tenner. Roughly a tenner each, so yeah. That's quite valuable. Yeah, those guys are definitely gonna come out in a battle pack in the future. And I'm going to laugh at all the scalpers for it. But, well, not the scalpers, the people who... No, that's probably the wrong word. It's more, I guess the hardcore. I don't know. Would you even say the hardcore collectors? It's more just the I don't know what the name of it is, but like the people who buy, to get hold of the stuff and then sell them for like a crazy price. Resellers. That's the word. Why did I forget resellers? I don't know why I forgot resellers. My brain, I tell you, it just doesn't work. It does not work, I tell you. Resellers. Yeah, no, it's... Lego resellers are the worst. And I blame, to a degree, certain YouTubers who seem to have made that much more a thing, especially in the Star Wars. Especially in the Lego Star Wars, because, oh my gosh. I was going to say something, actually. Oh, actually, I could go through... An interesting thing is that I always get... When talking about certain things with Lego, I'm also just kind of like, should I be careful with what I'm saying? But also at the same time, I ain't monetized. I ain't monetized. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? I mean, obviously, I hope they don't do anything, but... Oh, something that is confirmed, actually. Because I think someone mentioned it. Yeah, it's always nice to see resellers throw fits. Yep. I still remember the Captain Rex fiasco. People are still mad about that. Can you believe that? People are still mad about that whole Captain Rex fiasco. I think that personally is hilarious. To this day, I still find it so funny that people are buying that £400 Lego set to get hold of a minifigure that they're gonna try and sell for 100. Just kind of like, you're not making your money back. I don't know what you were thinking, but you're not gonna make your money back from that. It's so dumb. It's so dumb, their mindsets. I mean, maybe it's not the full mindset, but that's kind of how I see it anyway. Was there nothing for the Star Wars? What? I thought there was. Okay. Okay, yeah, no, there's a couple of stuff here. Interesting prices for some of this stuff, I have to admit. And Grogu. There's a couple of, I mean, a lot of the stuff is kind of Mando and Grogu related. But supposedly, all of the January wave. I'm going to go ahead and decide to do something else, unfortunately, but I see him. Yeah, no worries, Silver, it's okay. It's all good. Thank you for stopping by, man. Worry not. So, interestingly, so what we've got for the January wave at the moment, things might change. But what it supposedly is there's a poly bag of a TIE Advanced, which is, you know, it's whatever. We have Darth Vader's TIE Advanced. We have Luke's Red 5 X-Wing, so we're getting another X-Wing. The Mandalorian and Grogu speeder bike. So if I'm to guess, it would just be the little speeder bike that they were driving in season 2 of Mando. We have Cobb Vanth's speeder bike, which seems to be like 4 years too late. 4 years too late on that one, I feel like. We have a Hop 8080 and 18 plus, which is obviously going to be like a mid-scale one. We have a Venator 18 plus, which again I think is going to be a mid-scale. We have Grogu's Homestead, which is a 4 plus set. Bit random, a clone shock trooper mech. It's a little bit random. And we have a Siege of Mandalore battle pack, and we have a BB-8. Again, I'm guessing like a big BB-8, like the one we got at the time that The Last Jedi came out. So yeah, there's, I don't know, some of the stuff in this one feels like it's about 4 years too late, if I'm being completely honest. But, you know. A lot of the big Mando and Grogu stuff is coming out at the start of May, which works, that in that degree it kind of works out, because obviously the Mando and Grogu movie comes out late May next year. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know it's May, I just can't remember if it's late May or early May. I think it's late May. So that to a degree makes sense. I'm not going to go over the prices, because if I go over the prices, I think some of you might actually go a bit crazy. Because supposedly that Luke's X-Wing, from what I'm seeing there, they must have something else in there, because if they don't, then good luck trying to sell it. The X-Wing has about like 500, 600 pieces, and supposedly its retail price is going to be $100. So yeah, don't know about that one, Chief. That one seems a bit like that seems like a bit of a yikes, if you ask me. So there must be something more going on with that set, because there's no justification for charging $100 for an X-Wing that only has about 600 pieces. So they must be doing, yeah. It's my reaction as well, Isaac. So the thing is, like, there's got to be something more with that X-Wing, because there's just no justification. Because the TIE Advanced has the same number of pieces. I think it's got about 500 pieces, and that set's retailing for $60, I think. There might have been $69.99. I don't actually know. It's either $70 or $60, which again, still not cheap. But at the same time, it's like it's $30 cheaper than the X-Wing. So they must be doing something, because that piece count, it's going to be a very similar size to the one that came in the mashup set, the X-Wing and TIE Fighter mashup. Good set, by the way, I have to point out. But at the same time, it's just kind of like, Lego, your greed is really starting to show. The brand's still starting to show with the Summer's Wave, but is what it is at the end of the day. It's just shocking. It is a shocker. So that's fun. Oh, excuse me. I'm also not gonna lie, guys. I had nods along. Yeah, it's something that's very interesting now to me. Like I was on there. So I was actually in work today, so it might be, if I sound kind of a bit low energy and tired, it's because of that. It's not just because it's late. It's because I worked today, so a little bit low energy, and it was quite a hard day at work. I won't deny that. Yeah, when I got in and had a shower, I laid on my bed and I was looking at my phone, and I kid you not, I literally just blinked and I opened my eyes and I checked the time, and almost an hour had gone by, just gone. I basically blinked and passed out. You can tell I have nothing to contribute to this. No, it's fine. It's no problem. I mean, I'm just talking about the prices of stuff, so don't worry about that. It's not a problem. I'm just rambling. So, yeah, I legit just passed out. I don't know what happened, but I was just dead, gone for an hour. So, yeah, good chance I will be sleeping pretty early tonight. I will probably even be sleeping not too long after I finish this stream, to be completely honest with you. So that would be interesting. Had that before. Yeah, no, I've had it happen before as well. It's insane. How sometimes the way you just blink and you just pass, you're just out. Because I had that happen to me a few years ago. Because when I came home from a late shift at a previous retail job, not the night shift one, but another one before. I remember getting home because it finished at I think the shift finished at about 11 o'clock, and I had to walk back. And bearing in mind where that shop was, it was on the other side of where I live, so it was about a 30-minute walk. So I got in, threw my shoes off, I started just having like a little look on my like a little look on the laptop and things, you know, just to see what's going on. And again, it happened. I basically just closed my eyes to blink. I opened my eyes and I was asleep on my laptop. I had fallen asleep. I was still in my work clothes. I had passed out on the sofa. I checked the time and it was like 4 in the morning. 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, I was that's just weird. Hello, Ice. Welcome, good sir. I hope you're doing well. I'm just kind of I'm just chatting about experiences when I just passed out. It is it was a very, very interesting experience. Hello, Mr. B. Welcome, welcome. Jazz by Count Dooku. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. But unfortunately, you did do the hello then. Nice. I was gonna say, so you didn't. You read the title wrong. You did not say the thing. But hello there. Hello to everyone joining, coming in. So yeah, no, that was just weird. It's so weird when you just blank, when your brain just kind of completely blanks out, and you just kind of pass out. It's because you just don't just nothing. It doesn't feel like time passed. I mean, it doesn't, because you literally just kind of blink. You blink, and then suddenly it's like 6 hours later, and you're just like, huh? It's like literally that. It's literally that cat meme, huh? You know, that's just it's weird. Or when your brain goes on autopilot and you can't remember how you get from one place to another. I've had that before. That was very weird. That was very, very weird. It's kind of like, I think I don't know, do they call it tired drunk, where you just kind of, you're not obviously drunk of alcohol, but you're so tired. But you're so tired that you don't remember what happened. You don't remember what happened. Is that a term? Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if that's the correct term. If that's a correct term. Am I getting the new Spider-Man festival minifigures? Potentially. There is some good stuff in there. Not at this precise moment in time. Maybe if I see any in a shop, I might grab one. Grab one or two. Because I've actually been. Oh, that's a subject of minifigures. I've actually, if you saw my posts from last weekend on my other channel, you saw that I started sorting out my minifigures because I got so many of them. I have a lot of them, so I started sorting that out. And yeah, I'm gonna need bigger boxes because I have way too many torsos. I have way too many minifigures to sort out, and I'm just like, yeah, I need bigger boxes. This is just not gonna work. So yeah, that's good. That'll be fun. That's gonna be fun to sort that out. But it'll be worth it. It will definitely be worth it in the end, because it will just be a lot more convenient to find parts and sort out bits as well. So it'll definitely be worth it, but it's going to take a while. Ugh, got too much crap. Gotta sell a lot of my Lego. I gotta sell some stuff, got to make room for more stuff. The natural way of things. How it's done. But yeah, no, that's kind of one thing where I'm at with that. And to be honest, I say about not having to sell stuff to make room for other stuff, but I'm also planning on building a set over a weekend. I know, I'm sorry guys, I betrayed your trust. I am not building a set on stream. Because this one I'm building, to be honest, is too big to build on stream, and also I want to build something not on stream for once. It can be kind of pleasant to do that, so sorry. And the set that I'm building is the Simpsons house, because I got that for my birthday this year. Because my crazy family got it for me, and I was like, how much did this cost? Because it's still sealed. Which is what's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. So I have no idea. I mean, I say sealed. The box itself wasn't sealed, but everything is still in the plastic bags. So it's basically like new. It's close enough to being new. The box has just been opened, but the bags haven't. I have a stop motion question. How do you get the animation to be smooth without stutter? Smooth without stutter? I don't know what you mean by that, B. What, in terms of... what, in terms of... I don't know, I've never experienced animation stutter before, so I'm not really so sure... I'm not really sure what you mean, B. Could you specify? Because I don't think I've ever really experienced stutter before. If anything, the problems that I experience with animation is freaking light flicker, especially with webcams. Would you gonna get the Krusty Burger down the line? I'm thinking on it. I would. It's the Krusty Burger. Even the Krusty Burger is one of those sets that I think I would like to get more just to have it. More just to have it. Just kind of more from like a collector's point because I would like to get hold of the Quickie Mart, but that's gonna cost a lot. Like it just plays back. Oh, so it's just kind of smooth when you play it back. I don't know. I've never experienced it just plays back. Well, it just plays back and it stutters. If it stutters, that to me seems to be a problem with the actual software, probably more than the actual animation. Because with stop motion, it's like like with any animation, you're following it, you're moving it along, and you follow it, and obviously how you animate it, depending on how many frames you've used for it, it's either going to come out obviously very smooth, or it's going to be like really quick and kind of very jumpy. It's the way I say it with animations that don't take too many frames. It's just very quick and very jumpy. But also another thing is like more frames doesn't necessarily mean smooth animation. That's something that I've learned the hard way with animating in the first. Really, it's just kind of going with, I suppose, with to reduce the stutter. Really, you just kind of have to. You really just have to, I guess, just experiment. I've already tried rude. I'm gonna start charging you for that, Martin. But yeah, no, I think in terms of like, if you want like advice for making smoother animation, you just keep trial and error. Just keep going with it just keep doing like a shot until it looks how you want and how it looks smooth. Because you will find it. Because, I think the big thing with stop motion is getting the frame rate right. So like I typically animate my animations at 15 frames per second, which seems a bit of a random one. I will admit that it is a bit random, because most people I think nowadays animate at 12 frames. Usually animate at 12 frames, but shooting in 2, so then it's kind of like on that 24 frames per second. But I find 12 frames a second to be a bit too clunky. It looks a bit too clunky for my personal liking. 15 frames is, I think, the perfect amount. It's not clunky and it's not too crazy fast and smooth, like, because there are some people who actually animate at 24 frames per second and like brick films. I'm just kind of like, you're mad. You're mad to do that. I've done that before and that is not easy. Trying to animate Lego at 24 frames a second is not easy, especially minifigures. Oh gosh, trying to do a walk cycle at 24 frames a second is insane. Absolutely insane. It's just like, no. these little characters were not built to move at 24 frames per second. They just weren't. they're just not. They're not built for it, unfortunately. Well, I say unfortunately, but you don't really need that many frames. But yeah, that's my thing with it. It's not animation, not just stop motion, but animation is just lots of trial and error. I mean, nowadays I think a lot of the animators, especially on YouTube, are usually a lot of the big animators are self-taught. Like, it's one of those things, because I did get a message from someone about talking about whether or not I went to if I studied animation at like a university, which I did. I did do that in my past. A little bit of Ben Ben Law for you. I did actually study animation at a university. And it's really interesting. That was really interesting in itself because it's a bit it's interesting because a lot of the people that come to do those courses obviously learn how to do actual animation. So a lot of the people were coming in with like portfolios of like the artwork and things like that, you know, concept art, blah blah blah. I came in with basically portfolios of just my animations I'd done. I didn't have any like art or anything. I had none of that because I'm an animator, but I am not a drawer. I cannot draw for shit. Just not good. Just can't. I literally just can't do it. It's why I have massive respect for artists, especially 2D artists. I have massive respect to 2D artists who are able to create so much, who are able to do so much detail and just do so much in 2D. It's crazy. Like 2D artists, you are amazing, and I applaud your creativity and also your patience. Because it's crazy what they're able to create, and yeah, it's not something I can do, let's just say that much. But as I said, yeah, no, my portfolio was basically just animations. And I think that was kind of unusual because a lot of the tutors in there were kind of trying to teach, obviously, anime. Like, it definitely helps, don't get me wrong. I definitely did learn a lot of stuff when it comes to animating, but would I say it was as big of a learning curve as I would imagine it was going to be? Not really, because I had, as I said, before I went to university to study animation, I basically had about 6 years worth of experience of doing stop motion under my belt already, so it's kind of like, I suppose one thing I would say, like, if you want to learn animation, you don't have to go to university or courses to do it, really. And that's gonna sound quite bad, and it might be putting so many kind of like universities and courses is our business, but like, you don't need it. I mean, hell, some of the biggest animators on YouTube never did it. I mean, look at Jaden Animations, for example. She never did a course in animation. She taught herself to animate because someone liked her art style, and they're asking if they'd be wanting to animate some clips, and she didn't know how to animate, so she taught herself how to animate, and boom, and she is several million subscribers later. I don't know, she's big, I know that much. But yeah, no, it's I don't know. That's it. I don't know if that helped you at all, B. I don't know. It probably didn't. I've kind of just gone on a bit of like a rambly tangent. I don't. If that helped, then great. But if it didn't, then sorry. I kind of just rambled on a little bit there, so I do apologize. Right, one thing I'm going to do quickly, guys, is I'm going to go and grab myself a drink because stupidly I did not come prepared with a drink this time around, and I've been talking for nearly an hour straight, and I can feel my throat starting to dry up. So I'm going to go and grab a glass of water. So I will be back in just a moment. Yerby. Gonna leave myself unmuted as well. Ha 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 ha. Back in a second. Alright, I'm back. I have returned. Alright, and I got a drink. Perfecto. I forgot which one I was meant to click. The just chatting one is a good start there, Ben. Well done. At the end of the day, the art industry focuses more on your portfolio rather than your credentials. Yeah, no, definitely. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's all well and good having, you know, the having those qualifications and credentials, as you say, Isaac. But as I said, but if you could have those credentials, but you could know absolutely jack diddly shit about, you know, animating or anything like that, and if you don't know that, then you're not going to get the job. But if you have experience showing that you can do the specific thing that they want, then it's like, hell yeah, you're in, kind of thing, regardless of your credentials. So it kind of makes you wonder if these courses are even worth it at the end of the day. But I think generally speaking, a lot of them are. Most courses usually are fine because it just gives you that extra little bit of, you know, extra little bit of experience and knowledge. So they're not bad by any means, but it can beg the question. It can for sure beg the question, you know. That is definitely a case. Right. Oh, actually, did I mention in a depends on it though. Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. I suppose actually one thing to bringing up on movies and films. Did I mention in a previous stream that I rewatched The Phantom Menace recently? I don't know why, but I just suddenly had the urge to rewatch The Phantom Menace. It's just one of the things. Just kind of like, you know what, I'm going to put a film on. I was like, you know what, I'm going to watch The Phantom Menace. I haven't watched that since I saw it at the cinema last year, and I still enjoy it. I have this. I think I have a lot of nostalgia for The Phantom Menace because it was. I think you're right. I think I did mention it before. But what I don't think I've mentioned is that Phantom Menace has a lot of nostalgia for me because it was actually the first Star Wars film I ever watched, which might surprise a lot of people. But yeah, no, Phantom Menace was the first one I ever watched, so it has a lot. So it kind of, so when you see all the things about the prequels getting hated and whatnot, I'm just kind of like, huh? I was like, but it's not a bad film. I like the Phantom Menace, you know. I mean, and I stand by it today. Phantom Menace is a good film. I stand by to this day. I like the Phantom Menace, and I think the Phantom Menace is a good film and a good Star Wars movie. I do not give a shit what the haters say, because most of the time the people that complain about the Phantom Menace, the only thing that they really complain about is Jar Jar, and I'm just kind of like, no, Jar Jar wasn't really that bad. Like, at the end of the day, the Star Wars is actually also aimed at a younger audience, so Jar Jar would have worked. Jar Jar worked. I mean, personally, it would definitely work for me because I thought Jar Jar was hilarious when I was a kid, and even now I think he's funny. But yeah, no, that's The Phantom Menace has definitely got a place in my. Has got days of my heart. I love it. it still looks so good. Like all the visual, it's very impressive. All like the visual effects and everything. It still looks good. I mean, the battle droids, especially, look really good. They look very, very good. Oh, you started watching a show today? Ooh, interesting. What are you watching, Martin? Phantom Menace was the first I saw in the theaters, but my uncles introduced me to the original trilogy. Ah, okay. Yeah, no, Phantom Menace is what kind of really got me into Star Wars, really. And obviously I think after the Phantom Menace, I wanted to watch more Star Wars, and I started watching the original trilogy. And then obviously we had Attack of the Clones and then Revenge of the Sith. Both of, I don't know if I saw Attack of the Clones in the cinema, but I definitely saw Revenge of the Sith in the cinema when it came out, because I remember getting a little bit traumatized as a kid seeing Anakin get burned. That was a bit traumatizing for little Ben back in the day, I have to admit. Black Rabbit. I've never actually heard of that. I'm curious. I'm gonna give it a Google. I will give it a Google and double check. Jude Law and Jason. Ooh, that's an interesting. Netflix series. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. That sounds like an interesting one. For sure. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, cool. Now that looks an interesting premise for sure. Jason also directed the episodes. Oh, he directed all the episodes? Oh. So this kind of sounds like it was just like a little... I guess I wouldn't say a personal project, but it was a project. It was just like a project that he wanted to do, I suppose. Oh, cool, interesting. It's always quite cool seeing like actors direct episodes or direct films that they're in. I don't know. I find that quite fascinating because it's just it shows that there's a real general interest in film rather than just acting in front of the camera. They are interested in actually being behind the camera and actually, you know, directing as well. Oh, that's cool. That's very, very cool. Very nice. Oh, actually, another. I've not really since he didn't create the show. Ah, okay. He didn't create the show. He just directed it. Okay, fair enough. One thing I had started watching was the Walking Dead spin-off series, the Daryl Dixon one. The start. I had seen the first and the second season, and I've watched the first episode of the new one, and I was really curious. Because he actually, because The Walking Dead has finally reached the UK, and my God, it did not look much different than what it is usually. Jokes aside, no, it was really cool. The visuals were really cool, actually, because they really did capture a post-apocalyptic London very, very well. Very, very well, actually. There was, I would say, a very good callback to 28 Days Later with when Daryl and Carol were walking on Westminster Bridge, and you can see, the Big Ben in the distance as well. So that was cool. That was very cool. And as I said, it was just pretty cool to see. It's just pretty cool to see something a bit different. It's one reason. The good thing about this Daryl Dixon show, this spin-off, is that it's really done a good job of just showing the global, the whole global feel of the apocalypse. You really, because in the actual Walking Dead, you kind of feel like, maybe it's only in America, even though you hear so many things about it being worldwide, but you never see it. But then this series is just kind of like, there's been stuff going on in Europe and in the UK. How did they get to the UK? Daryl ended up washed out, ended up in France over some decisions. He basically got taken by some people who had a huge ship, who had a huge kind of cargo ship thing, and they were going across the Atlantic. And something happened. Daryl managed to get away, and then he washed up in France. So that's how they gradually get to the UK, because they're trying to obviously get back. They're obviously trying to make their way back to the States. So yeah, that's the basic gist of it. poor Daryl Dixon has had a time. He's had a time, bless him. In the show, he's just kind of like he gets washed out. He gets washed out to to a completely different country. Well, basically the other side of the world as well. When you think about how far away they are, because that's pretty far in the sense of the apocalypse. You know, getting washed out to a country a whole ocean's worth away is kind of like it's crazy because there's not many ways you can really travel to get back home. Not with fuel and stuff being gone. So yeah, no, but it's been good. I definitely enjoyed it. I think what was quite funny looking at the behind the scenes of it, because I would have thought I would have seen like casting calls for extras to play like zombies if they were actually shooting in the UK. And yeah, it turns out some of the street scenes, other than some of the other certain ones, I think they might have done one of the no resources exactly. Yeah, so it'll be very difficult to get around. I forgot what I was saying. Reconnection successful. Hello? What happened? Reconnection successful. Hello? What happened? OBS said I disconnected. Am I good? Am I okay? Hello, hello, hello. Can I get a thumbs up to let me know, to let you know that I'm okay? Hello? What happened there? Did I cut out for a few seconds? I'm not quite sure what happened there. OBS just decided to have a moment, I think. I do apologize. I'm not quite sure what happened, but something happened. Something happened. Yes, I believe it was on my end. Yeah, no, I think it was on my end. I think I just disconnected briefly. Apologies. Stream first friend. Yeah, my bad. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. Just decided to freeze. So I do apologize. What was I gonna say? So yeah, no, The Walking. It's really crazy how The Walking Dead just hasn't died. I've had internet hiccups for a week, so I thought it was just me. Yeah, no, don't worry. Your internet's all good, Isaac. It's like the likelihood is if there's internet problems through this on YouTube, it is likely through me. It's usually a me problem, probably. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Most of the time, anyway, it'll probably be a me problem. So yeah, not too bad. Oh, excuse me. What else have I been watching? Oh, I think I mentioned it on Sunday, I'm pretty certain, but I've been watching. I've almost actually. Oh, actually, it's the last episode of Dan to Dan. Did the last episode of Dan to Dan come out today? You did. I have to finish. I'll have to finish watching that over the weekend because I said to Martin, I think I was speaking to Martin about it, but I watched the whole first season of Dan to Dan in one day. I literally just went, boom. I've breezed through it in a day, and I'm about halfway. And I'm about halfway through. I think over halfway through season 2, actually. Halfway through season 2, so I'll probably be finishing that over the weekends. Probably while I build a Timbers house. But not really, for season 2's ending. Oh boy. Season 1 ending was kind of bizarre in itself, really. Season 1 ending was crazy. Such a bizarre end on such a cliffhanger. So season 2, yeah, to make my way watching that one, definitely. Gosh, I'm so behind on a lot of anime, man. It's crazy. I'm so behind on a lot of stuff. Like I said, I need to watch season 2 of Dress Up Darling as well at some point. That was actually quite a good one. It gets a lot more bizarre. A lot more bizarre. Oh boy. I didn't think it could get more bizarre, but you know, it is Dandadan. Dandadan is pretty insane. The very first episode of Dandadan was pretty insane in itself, really. I mean, I suppose the thing I'll say about the first episode is I get why there was a lot of backlash and complaints. And complaints about the very first episode. It's like, okay, I get it. But at the same time, to be completely honest, it was pretty tame from, I feel like, from like most anime, like an anime, in typical like most anime series. I think it was pretty tame compared to others. I mean, very tame compared to other stuff that I've seen. Clearly, there's. I'm just gonna say this right now. The people that was complaining about the first episode of Dandadan, or like making a whole thing of it, they clearly have not watched Goblin Slayer. They have clearly not watched the first episode of Goblin Slayer, because let me tell you, oh boy. Oh boy. Good series, but a bit fucked up. Completely, it's messed up. It's very messed up. But like, in case people who haven't seen Goblin Slayer, like, it is a good series, but it is quite dark. It's quite dark. So just be prepared for that one. So that's what I'll say about that one. I'm anticipating DMs the weekend. It's a one was weird, but that's what Science Zero does. Yeah, exactly. That's just what it is. It's not. As I said, I think it was quite tame. I think, to be completely honest, compared to some first episodes. Isaac, by any chance, are you saying lol about the Goblin Slayer stuff? Do you know? Yeah, that first episode is the worst it gets. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, no, just answer my question straight away. Yep, it's pretty. Yeah. It's pretty like. Oh. It's crazy because like when I first started watching it, because the initial poster of Goblin Slayer didn't make it out to be so bad. It just kind of looked like a typical, you know, fantasy era anime, and it's just kind of like, I mean, I like the designs, it looks cool, I like the look of Goblin Slayer. You know, what's the worst that could happen? And then you watch it and you're like, oh, oh no. That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. Yeah, it was pretty dark. I saw the first season and been keeping up with the manga. No, I tell you, the second. I definitely recommend the second season, Isaac, because one, it's really good, and two, the actual. I don't know if you know, but the actual team, the studio that animated it changed, so it's a completely different. It's a completely different. It was a completely different studio that was making it, and the animation wasn't bad in the first series by any means, but the animation in the second season is just chef's kiss. It's gorgeous, and also as well, I mean, obviously you'd probably understand this a little bit more, Isaac, but Goblin Slayer is 2D in the second season. He's not 3D, which is quite crazy in itself. I just can't, because I noticed the difference straight away, and it's like, he's 2D. He's not 3D. Not that it's a problem, but it's just quite funny when studios make that change, because it's very noticeable as well, and it's good. As I said, the actual the style change, I think, was pretty good, to be fair. And it kind of worked because there was obviously a bit of a time. Well, slight spoilers, a bit of a time. Why am I saying spoilers? You read the manga. You said you read the manga. Oh yeah, no, I said it's good. I definitely recommend checking out the second season, especially if you've seen the first one. Coming soon from Science are a new adaptation of Ghost in the Shell in 2026. Oh, wait, another one? Another one. Gosh, Ghost in the Shell. That is. The original one is still very good. I actually saw the because I remember it was a few years ago now. I don't quite remember when, but I remember they re-released the original Ghost in the Shell movie in cinemas, I think for only one night. And I was able to go and watch it with a friend, and it was really good. Considering how old that anime is, it holds up very, very well. I'm very surprised to this day, actually, how well it holds up. But, yeah, no, it's... I'm joking about Ghost in the Shell, but it's just funny how many adaptations, how many redos on that one it's had. It's a series adaptation this time, it'll be more rooted to the man. Oh, it's a okay, it's an actual series and not another movie. Oh. Okay, yeah, no, having it be a series, it gives it a lot more room to breathe, I suppose. That's pretty cool. That'd be interesting. Yeah, no, that would definitely be interesting to see. To kind of expand on it a bit more. That's pretty cool. From Science Horror as well, like their animation is gorgeous. Then, like, the one thing that's been really just on point throughout the whole time of watching down the animation. The animation is gorgeous. It's just like anime is literally the proof that 2D animation is not dead, because it's just beautiful. It looks so good. Created by the same mind behind season 1 of Dandadan. Oh gosh, wow, yeah, no, that'd be good. Definitely going to be a good one. But yeah, no, as I said, the anime is just fine proof that 2D animation isn't dead, and anyone who said so is dumb. Because 2D animation is still beautiful to see. I still like it personally. So, but I think I don't know. Curious opinion on that. Do you guys? I mean, I like all animation. Don't get me wrong. I like all animation. To be completely honest, but just curiosity, do you guys? If you had to pick one, would you prefer 2D animation or 3D, or like 3D like CG animation? Because I'm being completely honest, I probably prefer 2D. I don't know. There's something nice about 2D. Some people might think I prefer stop motion, being a stop motion anime myself. I like stop motion. There's just not as much stop motion stuff as obviously there is like 2D and everything. So, to that degree. By people, do you mean David says about Warner Bros? I mean, yeah, him, and wasn't there someone at Disney that mentioned that as well about 2D animation dying? Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. So the 2D animation just always looks so pretty. It always looks so good and looks so pretty. So I'm always very happy. I'm always very happy when there's 2D stuff. It's another reason why I like watching anime, because I just like 2D animation too much. It's always so pretty. And it's definitely, yeah. I prefer 2D, especially if they go back to the style where you can still see pencil sketch marks. Ah, cool. Yeah, no, that was. Yeah, no, it is pretty cool. 2D animation is just good. I mean, as I said, I enjoy all animation as a whole. Really, I do. It's interesting. There's not many series that I've seen where I really thought the animation itself was really bad. I don't know. I have my opinion on animation is that I don't, and people feel free to agree to disagree, but I don't think there is such thing as bad animation, but I do think there is such thing as rough animation. Like, some animation can look really rough, but I don't necessarily think any animation is bad, because no matter what with any animation, people have put a lot of time and effort into it. Like, lots of time and effort goes into animation. Of course, absolutely. There's no doubt about that. So I think it's a bit unfair to say that animation is bad. I'd say it's rough, because there are definitely some animated stuff that I've seen that looks very, very rough. I will definitely say that much. But would I say it's bad? Not really. I don't think so. Just that's just my humble opinion. Maybe I say that might just be my love for animation kind of talking, but that's just what I think personally. In terms of Warner, more employee layoffs have occurred, and a few of them have jumps to Paramount, while rumors of a consolidation between the two companies continue. Well, classic Warner. Classic Warner Bros. You gotta hate them. You gotta hate them. Oh yeah. The merger, it was definitely... It's definitely going to be interesting if Warner Bros. Do get Fallout, those things he said before. It is one of those. Oh, excuse me, sorry. It's just one of those things. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how it all goes. It'll be cool. Generally speaking, I think it'll be very cool, but at the same time, I just don't know. It's kind of, it's all up in the air, you know. It's like the whole fiasco. It was like the whole thing when Disney was buying Fox. You just didn't know really what was going to go on with that. And still, it's still crazy. It's still kind of crazy for me to see, and crazy to see that really. I have a love-hate about the idea of a merger between those two. Yeah, no, I understand that. I definitely understand that. I get that for sure. It's they could go. It's one of the things that could go either way. It could be a very good thing or it could be a very bad thing. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be like a smooth thing. It's either gonna be really good or really bad. I feel like. Humble opinion. My humble opinion on the matter. Those just. Go to River Animation Bible and use it as a business plan? Probably. I know that. What was I going to say? I forgot. The road. The Wile E. Coyote film is actually being released next year. I just don't think under Warner, because I think someone else bought it. If I recall, I could be wrong. I'm not 100%, but no. I mean, I'm definitely going to go and watch that when it comes out for sure. I'm just going to be to kind of be like just a big middle finger to Warner Bros. Because I definitely want to go and see it. So I think Paramount are apparently doing this because they didn't think Warner would actually split up the studios in cable network. Well, Paramount clearly underestimated how very stupid Warner Bros. Are. So yeah, it's crazy, dude. Warner Bros. Just surprised me with a lot of the decisions that they do and make, to be honest. It's honestly crazy. Oh, excuse me. It's absolutely crazy to me, the decisions that they do. I think the thing that's just so bizarre to me with Warner Bros. Is the fact that they decide to shelve projects. I can understand shelving projects that haven't been in production yet, that haven't even gone into production, but they choose to shelve projects that are finished and like ready to be released. They just shelve them and don't release them. Which is kind of like, aren't you better off? Aren't you better off, releasing it to get back some of the money? You might not get all of it back, but you'll get some of it back compared to not releasing it and getting absolutely fuck all. What would you do in that situation? Because I know what I would do. It's just like, what are they thinking? I really can't understand. It's kind of like a film might get bad rap, but like at the same time, if your studio is getting a bit of money, those can't be all that bad, can it? What if it's empty? Warner Bros. Pictures, animation, production, a catch-up entertainment presentation. Actually, kind of sad that Warner Bros. Are going to be getting money from that, though. But it is what it is. It is what it is at the end of the day. Ooh. It's just. As I said, their business model or whatever you want to say it is, it's just insane to me. Oh no, I have this. Man, it's funny that my Paramount, like they're gonna shoot their own for Warner. Yeah, basically. And it's just bizarre. It just kind of feels like Warner Bros. They have a lot of stuff, but they just choose not to really do anything. They choose not to do a lot kind of outside of DC or Harry Potter, to be completely honest. But in no sense, yes. But the amount of that Warner Bros. Discovery assumed after they merged, yeah, that's true. Although just coming back from the Star Wars fans event being thing in Poland, it's the first. Going to Hogwarts has a legendary channel here. Hope you're amazing evening. Oh, nice. That's cool. That's very cool. And also, hello Imperial. Hope you're doing well. Hope all is good. I hope you had a good time with it. It sounds fun. That sounds really good. Fair play. Sounds like you had a lot of fun. Guardian Holocron. I feel like I know. I feel like I've definitely. I mean, obviously, I've heard the term Holocron before, but it sounds interesting. That does sound pretty. That does sound quite fun. Oh, I just realized as well, something that is coming out tomorrow is the next part of that rebuild, that Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy series. The next full part of that is out tomorrow, so I'm very much looking forward to watching that. That'll be cool. Ooh, I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder what will happen there. That's going to be very interesting and cool to see. He doesn't think anything else matters apart from DC, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, and Mortal Kombat. Well, he's also a dumbass because he's got so much under. He has got so many licenses and stuff under his belt, and it's just like you're just a moron. But people read more books than me from Star Wars, so might say, oh my god, that's a turn. Ah, nice, fair enough. I was looking for a Revan minifigure from Rebuild the Galaxy. I mean, to be fair, there is definitely a lot of figures that I would love to see, and I think I'd like to see a Queen Amidala figure again. I guess I really have been on a Phantom Menace kind of. Because I've been wanting to get a lot more sets from the Phantom Menace. I mean, obviously I rebuilt the MTT and I built that AAT, and I've been looking at that Red Republic cruiser as well. Don't worry, Isaac. I've still got my eye on it. I've got hawk eyes on it. I am watching it for sure. It's definitely a set I would like to get hold of. But yeah, no, that'd be pretty cool. I reckon whether or not they'll actually do figures from that, I don't know. They'd be daft not to. I feel like they'd be really daft not to really release more figures from that Rebuild the Galaxy, because it's like Lego. You can make all this money, but then you just choose not to release certain stuff at times. You know? So, but we came from Discovery, a company that purely specializes in reality television. Well, that doesn't surprise me, but at the same time, not a moron. He's still a moron, so, you know, at the end of the day. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Lego do over the next year. I mean, basically, from what I'm gathering over the next year, Lego is mainly concentrating on Mandalorian and Grogu, which obviously makes sense. It obviously makes sense. But it'd just be a shame if they didn't do anything for Rogue One. I feel like it'd just be some big missed opportunities if they didn't at least release like a set or two for like Rogue One's 10-year anniversary, because you know Rogue One is usually quite regarded as being the best Disney Star Wars film released. So it's just kind of like, why would you not do stuff from Rogue One again? I don't know. I don't know. That's just my mindset on it. I would think they would do something, but again, Lego has their decision making with a lot of things hasn't been great. So we have to wait and see on that one. We will just have to wait and see. But yeah, it's Warner Bros is definitely a mess. That's a dead certain. That's a point. This is a really random question. Really kind of question. But what studio owns... Actually, no, I think it's this. I was going to say, which studio owns the Jurassic World and like Jurassic World or Jurassic Park franchise? I think it's Disney. Is it Disney that owns it? I don't actually know. Oh no, just it's a completely random thing, because part of me was thinking, like, was it Warner Bros. That owns it? And I'm like, actually, no, I don't think it was. Actually, it could be Warner. I actually can't remember. That's just a really interesting one. It's generally a series that I don't actually... Universal. Sorry, of course. Of course it's Universal. Dumbass Ben. Universal, yeah, thank you. I don't know why. I just kind of just feel that, just like, wait, was it? I just couldn't remember what it was for some reason. Shareholders of Warner are very prepared to hear out any buy or bid, whether it's Paramount or someone else. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm definitely not surprised with how much of a mess. With how much of a mess it's all in, so I definitely... So someone owns them, then they... Someone owns them, then they have it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, because again, it's like, the thing is... It's as you say, Martin, the problem is like, the people at Warner... Well, as I say, David obviously... He only really makes use of DC, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, and the Mortal Kombat stuff. The problem is Warner has a lot of things. Like, has a lot of things. It's got a lot of anime. It's got like a lot of cartoons, like, you know, Looney Tunes, Animaniacs. Holy! Did you guys know that Animaniacs turned 30 this year? That's crazy. I think it might even be older than 30. I think it might be even older. It might even be older than 30, actually. I need to double check. It might actually be older than 30. I need to double check. Animaniacs. Oh my god, it's older than 30. Jesus Christ. 1993. That's insane. That's not right. That's not okay. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's 32 years old. That's not right. Oh, that's not right at all. 32 years old. That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, you got Animaniacs. You got Pinky and the Brain. Do we all remember Pinky and the Brain? Animaniacs isn't 31 at another chance. The IP also belongs to Steven Spielberg. Oh yeah, no, I know that. Because Steven Spielberg was also partly owned like Pinky and the Brain and things like that. Pinky and the Brain. North. Oh gosh, that's crazy. I can't believe you don't realize, I think, how much cartoons and stuff you watch until you kind of look back on a lot of stuff. Let me think of some older ones. We're up on all those shows. Yeah, no, it's the same. I did as well. Did anyone by any chance remember a show? I think it was a Cartoon Network show. Did anyone by any chance remember a show called Mucha Lucha? Please tell me I'm not the only one. Please don't tell me I'm not the only one that ever watched that show, because I feel like that one. I feel like that show was just kind of like a coma dream as someone, because it was just so random. Yeah, it's but random. Mucha lucha. So many good cartoons. So many good cartoons. Cartoon Network had some. Like in the early and mid 2000s, and also some very weird ones as well, especially in like the late 90s. Oh gosh. I'm now starting to remember some of the really weird ones. Lucha, lucha. It's the way of life. Lucha, lucha. It is good. That was definitely a good one. I mean, I'm thinking of like some of like the late 90s and early 2000s one now. We have like we have cow and chicken. Mama had a chicken. Mama had a cow. Dad was proud. He didn't care how. Oh gosh, that show. That one was weird. That one was weird. I mean, even the other, and then there was, and then another one as well. I am Weasel. I am Weasel. There actually was a Warner Bros. Animation production, but it was released on Cartoon Network. Yeah, I did think that. I think a lot of them probably was, actually. Now that I think about it, I think a couple of them were. Interesting. There's some really good ones. Johnny Bravo. That's a childhood favorite. I love Johnny Bravo. 1, 2, 3, here, baby. Sassy. I definitely like Johnny Bravo. They really just don't make cartoons like they used to anymore. They just don't. Cow Chicken turns out was before Cartoon Network creation. Oh, that's interesting. Did you ever play the browser game where you were at the Cartoon Network hotel? Oh, I remember it. I don't think I used it much. I might have used it like maybe once or twice, but I do remember it. That's interesting. I wonder what it was. I wonder what broadcasted it before Cartoon Network. That's really interesting. You learn new things. You learn new stuff every day. Oh, speaking of really old cartoons, I imagine everyone has seen Tom and Jerry. I don't know anyone who hasn't seen Tom and Jerry at this point. But they're releasing all on DVD. I think for the very first time, they're releasing all of the original Tom and Jerry shorts that were out in like the 40s. Excuse me. They're releasing all of the original ones on DVD, and I'm just doing that, and I'm like, yes, I need to have that. I need to have that in my life. I want it. I need it, and I will have it. And then we will probably watch it, and then we'll probably watch all the episodes on Christmas Day. Because what's better than watching a Christmas film? It's watching Tom and Jerry. Original Tom and Jerry. Those original ones that made you in the 40s. It's so good. I love Tom and Jerry. I don't care what anyone says about Tom and what they say about it, because there's a whole fiasco saying, "Oh, Tom and Jerry's too violent." It's a fucking cartoon. Shut up. It's a bloody cartoon. Get a grip. You know. It's like if kids are reenacting a lot of the stuff, then you're just being bad parents by not teaching them that it's bad. Bloody and that's just a fact right there, you know. So, yeah, no, that will definitely be something on my Christmas list. Tom and Jerry is just so good. I love Tom and Jerry. I love Tom and Jerry. It's just easy. I think if I had to pick a cartoon to watch. Only one cartoon to probably watch for the rest of my life, I would probably actually pick Tom and Jerry, because it just never gets old. I just love it. Tom and Jerry's just good. A new Tom and Jerry film is in early development. I don't know about that one. I'm not so sure about that one. I haven't actually seen that live action one that came out a few years ago, but I heard it wasn't bad, but I also heard it wasn't good either. So that one, not so sure. I'm not so sure what to think about, really. It's kind of like, I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but I don't like it either. You know, so I have to have a think about that one. I reckon. That is what it is. Being completely honest, I am getting very, very sleepy right now, so there's a good chance that I might start wrapping this up within the next 5 minutes or so, because, to be completely honest, I'm tired. My throat is kind of a bit... Why do you feel? Zev has had to beat the he hates cartoons allegation somehow. Ha! Moron. He's a moron. And that ain't gonna change. Just an idiot. Just an idiot. I think the problem is that people like that just think that only kids watch cartoons, and I'm just kind of like, oh boy. Oh my poor CEO person. Idiots. Like, you've got no idea. He knows nothing. He knows absolutely nothing, and he's a moron. So, it's just a fact. I think that's just the thing as well. When the people who are saying like, oh, like animation is for kids, it's just kind of like, boy, it is. Some of the best shows, some of the best series and movies have been cartoons. Have been animation. So, I mean, to be fair, I've said this many times, but I prefer animation over live action. Don't dislike live action, don't get me wrong, but animation is just, it is the best. It is perfecto. Animation is just the best. It just can't be beat. It cannot be beat, unfortunately. So that just be how it is. One pro to a Paramount Warner merger is as Lav has gone. Yeah, that's true. Get him out of there. You know, he's got no idea what he's doing, so get him out. Be gone, moron. Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. It'll be interesting to see that merger for sure. Right. I think I'm going to start wrapping it up here because I'm very tired now and my throat is starting to hurt. So I think I'm going to start wrapping it up here. My next stream, I believe, is on Sunday. It is in between. If Paramount and Warner did merge, Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon would be under the same umbrella. Oh, that's true. Yeah. As I said, Paramount is just, if it does go ahead, Paramount is going to have so much IPs and stuff under their belt to work with. It's gonna be crazy. It'll be crazy to see. I'm down to the same roof. Yeah, no, that's true. That is true, ladies and gentlemen. That is true. It'll be interesting to see. That will definitely be interesting to see. Yeah, no, sounds weird. That one will have to, in the words of Mr. Palpatine, we shall watch your career. We shall watch you with great interest. We shall watch your career with great interest. We shall watch them with great interest, and we'll see how that all goes. But right, as I said before, Paramount has a smart David in the compared to Warner's David. That's true. Very true. As I said, it'll be interesting to see. Okay. I mean, we're not quite to 2 hours, but as I said, I'm gonna just wrap it up now. Give me some time to read, maybe to read some stuff. Read some manga. I'll read some manga before I go to bed. And yeah, so my next stream is on Sunday, live animating, so don't be sure to come and see that, because it's the first time I'm doing one of those in a very long time. So that will be fun. And yeah, thank you very much for, well, I say watching, but listening, I think at this point, because that's what it basically was. I hope you enjoyed my rambles. I hope my rambles was an interesting listen. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Sunday. Goodbye from here. Bye.